what happened when you got up this morning. You said, "Man, am I excited to design a totally boring website. Graphics and video are for squares. Text is where it's at." Wait, what's that? No, you didn't? Well, that's good. See, video, animations, and graphics can add a lot to a site when used properly. So let me show you a little bit about adding multimedia content to your website. Making a website is like opening your front door and inviting the entire world over for a party. You want to be the best host you can, right? Well, that means that your guests should have plenty of things to do, have no trouble finding everything, have a good time, and not have to wait around for things to start. So, how can we make your website, the snazziest it can be? Well, the simplest and most effective way to jazz it up is with images. Static graphics that you can create in programs like Adobe Photoshop or OpenView, take with your digital camera, or download from the internet. Graphics can come in a variety of different file types, but the most common ones you'll see on the internet are GIF and JPEG. When you're making your images, how do you decide which file type to use? Well, it depends on what you want to do. GIFs work best for graphics that only use a few flat colors with little blending or fading. You might make the 3-color logo for your site a GIF because even if the graphic was very large, it would have a very low file size. You also can add transparency to your GIF backgrounds, which means that if you had a round logo, the background would show through. PNG files also work well for web graphics with many colors. JPEGs are best for photos and other colorful images with a lot of blending or fading. The perfect example of a JPEG-appropriate image is a photo. A photo saved as a GIF might be 100 kilobytes, while the same photo saved as a JPEG might only be 20 kilobytes. Why do we care so much about kilobytes? It's all a part of being a good host and a smart host. Remember, everything you make for your website has to be downloaded from your web space to the web browsers of your guests, and you don't want them waiting around for the party to start. So it's important to make sure that your awesome graphics are small enough in file size to load quickly. Also, you don't want to waste your web space, for which you might be paying good money, on images that are way bigger than necessary. Smaller files mean that you can fit more of them into your web space, which is nice if your hosting is free and thus limited in size. The key is to create the highest quality image with the smallest possible file size. So, once you've got some awesome pictures on your website, what's next? How about some music? File formats like MP3, WMA, and MIDI make it possible for music to transmit fairly fast at a good quality. And everyone likes music, right? Well, sort of. Music can be a tricky thing on the internet. It's the only way in which making a website isn't like hosting a party. See, people use the web at work or in public places. Some people are already listening to music while using their computers. So a courteous website designer would keep all that in mind before putting music on their website. At the very least, you want to give your guests a choice about whether or not they want to hear music. When using music or other audio on your website, use an audio player that gives visitors the option of muting or pausing the music. The best solution is to not start the music automatically when someone comes to the page. Let the visitor decide if he or she really wants to hear your awesome tunes. After all, it can be extremely annoying to click on a strange website and be assaulted by a Beethoven symphony, especially if you're already listening to the Beastie Boys. Mashups are better when they're done by experienced mashing professionals. Video is also becoming more and more a part of the internet experience, available via streaming technology or direct download. Streaming video transmits to your computer only as you need it. So, when you press play, you'll only have to wait a few seconds before the video starts. Common streaming video formats include Real Player, Windows Media, and Flash Video. Direct download is the alternative to streaming media and means that the video is being downloaded straight to your computer. This is different than streaming video, where your web browser is only borrowing the video from the host server. Downloaded video is stored on your computer. While it takes longer to load onto your computer, downloaded video tends to be higher quality and more reliable because you're not waiting for a remote server to transmit the video to you as you watch. Popular formats for direct download include Apple's QuickTime format, which is designated by the file extension MOV, Windows Media WMV, and MPG or MPEG. If you have a video iPod or PSP, then you might be interested in MPEG-4, a smaller version of MPEG. If you want to add some life to your web page without having to go and shoot a short film, you might consider using some animation. Animation on the web can have all sorts of uses. You might use it to draw attention to a certain part of your page. You could use it to let the visitor know that a part of your page is interactive. An animated cartoon could be part of the content, or you could just give your web page a little extra sizzle. The three most common ways to add animation to a website are animated GIFs, JavaScript rollovers, and Flash graphics. Animated GIFs are fundamentally simple. By stringing together several different GIF images, they use the principles of flipbook animation to create a moving image. The animated GIF you see here is a simple button encouraging people to email me. You can create an animated GIF with ease by using programs like Adobe ImageReady, Macromedia Fireworks, and Active GIF Creator. JavaScript graphics are created by using JavaScript to switch out images, replace one image with another. The JavaScript code is built into your web page's code and can be triggered by a variety of user actions, including scrolling the mouse over one section of the page, clicking on a button, or even just opening the page. This is a rollover button that links to the site owner's email address. It takes us right there. So, if you know how to write JavaScript code, then creating these graphics is fairly easy. But don't worry if you have no clue what JavaScript even is. Web editing applications like Dreamweaver have special features that help you make these animated graphics. Flash graphics are created by the application Macromedia Flash and can range from simple animation to complete site design, like this site for the composers Ira and George Gershwin at www.gershwin.com. Learning how to use Flash is a complicated process, but once you've mastered it, you'll be able to add some cool interactivity and animation to your page. Flash graphics are vector-based, so most Flash animations will have a smaller file size than animated GIFs, making them a better choice for animation on the web. When we talk about interactivity in web design, we're talking about finding ways to make the site visitor feel like they're really engaging with your website. By responding to a visitor's mouse clicks and scrolls, interactive graphics encourage the visitor to explore your site more thoroughly. You can even use JavaScript or Flash to help people navigate through your website by using interactive animation as a navigation bar or site menu. These are advanced techniques, but because they're interactive, they have huge payoff for your visitors. Be careful when using animation though. You don't want a flashy button or a too cool bit of flash to overpower the actual content of your web page. Pages with lots of moving animations and busy graphics distract and confuse visitors, which is the last thing you want to do when you invite people over for a party. And, as we already said, a courteous website is a website that doesn't make the visitor listen to its music unless they want to. Remember, there are lots of different options for making your site cool and flashy, but no one wants to come to a tacky party. So make sure that when people come to your website, they can find the things that interest them quickly and easily without waiting. You can provide some fun multimedia for them to play with too, but use video and animation only where appropriate. Keep your files at a reasonable size and easy to view, and everyone should have a great time.